INS Vikramaditya is a modified Kiev-class aircraft carrier which entered into service with the Indian Navy in 2013. She has been renamed in honor of Vikramaditya, a legendary emperor of Ujjain, India. The carrier was purchased by India on the 20th of January 2004 after years of negotiations at a final price of $2.35 billion. The ship successfully completed her sea trials in July 2013-20 and aviation trials in September 2013. On the 14th of June 2014, Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi formally inducted INS Vikramaditya into the Indian Navy and dedicated it to the nation. What do you do when you want a new aircraft carrier for your Navy within a decade? But your options are, your local shipyards can get one ready after 20 years. There is no ready-made carrier which you can buy. There are second-hand carriers which you can buy but won't be able to get more than 20 years life out of them. Order a new carrier from the Italians or the Spanish, as they are currently building their own light carriers. The Indian Navy faced this situation and wasn't satisfied with any of the above options. They were already operating the second-hand INS Virat, which had served them for 15 years and had completed nearly 50 years of total service. It just had a few years of life left and was becoming increasingly obsolete. With no other option, Indian Navy authorized the building of a carrier locally. But the construction would take 10 years to start. And once it started, it would take 10 years to build the carrier and would be ready by 2017, as it would be India's first attempt at building their own carrier. But India couldn't wait 20 years for a new carrier, and something had to be done to fill the gap. When INS Virat was scheduled to be retired by 2010, the blessing came in disguise of Admiral Gorshkov, which was a Soviet-era carrier cruiser laid to rust after a fire broke out in just a few years after it entered service. In the 90s, Russia offered their entire ship to India for free and offered to refit it and modernize it. This suited Indian Navy's requirements because, even though the carrier was technically second-hand, it would undergo a massive refit which would replace 75% of the existing components and add new improvements and structures like a ski jump. This would mean that after its refit, the Admiral Gorshkov would be 85% new. The almost new ship would be christened INS Vikramaditya. Built according to Indian specifications, it would serve as the flagship of the Indian Navy. The ship was formally inducted in 2014 and is a part of the Western Fleet. It is currently operationally deployed and the MiG pilots are conducting takeoffs and landings for the final deployment of the air wing. This will enable Vikramaditya to be combat capable by 2015. So what is there in INS Vikramaditya that makes it so powerful and special for India?